crafty space. My name is Crystal, and in today's video, I am going to be putting together a layout using the Write Story Kit from Ali Edwards for Story Kit Crush. This is a series where every week on Fridays, I am putting together one story with a story kit, and I pick one story kit per month. So right now, we're in the middle of working through Write. Now, today's story was inspired by this card right here that says, "Here are the words on my heart right now." And what I wanted to use this to document was just kind of my mindset in the month of March leading up to taking a break from social media. So I wanted to get down some of my thoughts and my feelings and my decision making, all of that kind of stuff before too much time had passed. So what I'm planning to do with this is to take my journaling page and to put it back to back with another 3x8 pattern paper from that collection. This one just says one word at a time. And I want to create a flip out on this full page photo. So when the page opens up, it's just a picture of me from behind opening up the blinds in my bedroom. And even though this really doesn't have much to do with the story itself, I love that I am in this picture, and I love that this picture is kind of serene and empty. There's not a lot going on, and it's letting the light in. There's just something about it that felt representative of what it was like to make this decision. So I am going to create this flip out, and then on top of it, we're going to add a whole bunch of these tags. These were the chipboard pieces that came in with this kit. And then I also pulled out a couple of extras. I have this one, which is a cardstock tag. I don't even know where this one came from. It just says moments. I'm thinking I might repeat stamp the date on this one. And then I've got this little chipboard that says the next chapter. So I am going to put you on fast forward while I get this done, and then we'll slow down once I've got the whole page completed.
All right, friends, we're going to start by getting this page hole punched over on the right-hand side, since my flip out is going to be on the left side of the photo. Then I'm going to create the attaching piece, or the hinge, that will be sandwiched in between the two 3x8 papers, and it'll go on the back side of the photo. This is going to allow that piece to actually do the flipping out, and then I'll be able to embellish on top of it. It's easier to go ahead and do this part first and then save the embellishing for once everything is adhered together. So I cut a piece of regular copy paper down to about 1.5 inches wide and left it at the 8.5 inches tall. And then once I get it adhered onto the photo, I'll trim off any of the excess at the top of it. Grabbing over some of my double-sided adhesive, I'm adding it to the outside edge of both flaps on the hinge, and then the outside edge of the photo and the journaling. So then I can go ahead and adhere it down directly into the middle of that hinge piece, and then flip it over and adhere the flap all the way down, so I don't have to worry about any of it peeling up, which will take care of that right now. And I did also trim off the top, you saw as I did that. Then I'm going to take the journaling piece and lay it face down on top of the photo where I want it to be positioned, and I'll pull down the hinge flap on top of that. That's going to help me create just a little tiny bit of space in between the two pieces when they are open, but it will allow the flap to actually fold all the way closed when I am not holding it open to read the journaling underneath. Once I have the hinge all the way in place, I went ahead, added the double-sided adhesive around the perimeter of the journaling piece, and I'm going to add the patterned paper here on top. So this is going to finish off the flap there. And now when we open it up, it totally works. With this part done, I will pull over all of those tags, get them into position on this page, and then I will grab a roll of twine. I have this natural twine with a little hint of gold in it, It is small enough to go into some of the holes on the tags, but not all of them, because some of the holes are just super duper tiny. So on those ones, I'll bring over my tiny attacher, fold the twine in half and place it on top of the tag where it's covering up the hole, and I'll just staple it into place. But for the tags where the twine does fit through the hole, I'll fold it in half and then thread the halved portion through the back side of the hole and wrap it around the tails of the twine and pull it tight, because I like for the folded portion, or the little, I don't even know, the loop portion of the twine, I like that to be on the front side. Then I will add some more double-sided adhesive onto the back of these tags. I'm doing that for two reasons. One is because most of these do not have adhesive on the back of them already. And the reason I'm using double-sided adhesive instead of roller adhesive is just because it holds a little bit tighter, and this is not going to be inside of a page protector. So that's going to help everything stay in place exactly where I want it to go. Then we will adhere everything down. I did go ahead and grab my date stamp, my roller date stamp, and I stamped it into all of the sections on the tag at the bottom, just to add something there, but also it gives some context as to when this story was written. And I sometimes did second generation or third generation stamping, which just means that I am stamping it more than once without re-inking it. That gives me some variation in the saturation of the color and makes things look a little bit more distressed, I suppose. Now, when I opened up the journaling here, I decided that I wanted something on the photo, but I wanted it to be not visible when the journaling portion was folded over. I found this chipboard piece. This was from a fairly recent Stories by the Month kit. I want to say it was possibly May or possibly April. It says a story that matters right now, which echoes the sentiment of the words on my heart right now, and just the story that I was telling. It was a story that mattered to me at this moment when I was writing it. So I stuck that down in the bottom left-hand corner and put a chipboard heart on top. I'll pull over some tiny phrase stickers to layer one on top of the heart there, and then I will call this layout done.
All right, friends, that completes my layout for today. So we've got the tag here on the front, the tag collage, and then we open it up for the journaling and a little bit of extra embellishing down here in the white space of the carpet. Super loved this one. It's going to go inside of my annual story album for 2022. Which is filling up with stories. And actually March, I have a bunch of missing stories. So that's one that I definitely need to focus on. All right, well, I hope that this has encouraged you to break open some of your story kits and see if you can get a couple of stories told as well. If you have used the right story kit to document some stories, let me know what you documented in the comments section down below. If you enjoyed seeing this one come together, I would love a thumbs up on this video, and be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, so you can follow along on all of my crafty adventures. I'll be back again next week on Friday with another Write Story Kit Crush video, but I also have a couple in the meantime using my scrappy notebook. So stay tuned for those next week. Until then, have a great rest of your day, enjoy your weekend, and I'll catch you in next week's videos. Bye, friends.